There's a lot to take to Gershon Baskin, who joins us right now live from Jerusalem. Gershon, who you may know or is a former hostage negotiator for Israel. So, as Robert says, the delegation from Israel has been given this instruction: don't make a deal that ends the war. Can a deal get done?
Here's where we are right now at this present moment. The gap between Hamas and Israel is not bridgeable because Israel, as we heard, says, don't bring me a deal that ends the war. And Hamas's position is, we will not make a deal that does not end the war. I don't know how you bridge that. I don't know how we get beyond that. This has been a red line for Israel and for Hamas from the beginning. The very basic problem is that Israel has not put down any alternative day after planning at the political level of who is supposed to take over Gaza when the war is over. So if the war does end, Hamas is still in place there. This is against what Israel has been fighting for 7 months. So what has it all been for? And while that's going on, we still have 132 hostages in Gaza. Today, we received news of another one of those hostages being killed. And my fear is that the Israeli military offensive in Rafah will just end up killing more hostages.
Now your political leanings might be different than the Netanyahu government officials that are negotiating here, but you've been in these rooms before. If you were in this one, what deal would you be willing to make that you think is attainable from Israel's point of view that Hamas would go for? What would the deal be?
Quite frankly, if I were in charge of the negotiations on the Israeli side, I would have resigned because the negotiators don't have any kind of mandate from Netanyahu to reach an agreement that will bring the hostages home. And I think that if the negotiators on the Israeli side have integrity, which I believe they do, this is exactly what they need to do. The problem is not the negotiations. The problem is that the political level doesn't give them the mandate to make a deal.
Okay, then I'm going to have to make it hypothetical then. So what is the deal that could be made? That's a smart deal in your view.
Right. The deal has to be to bring back all the hostages in exchange for ending the war and a release of Palestinian prisoners as small as possible. But there is no deal that can be made now, 7 months into the war, that doesn't bring an end to the war as well. And we need to figure out what to do with the Gaza Strip that is not going to be left in the hands of Hamas.
And this government in Israel does not appear to be going anywhere close to those parameters that you're setting. Gershon, thank you as always. Gershon Baskin, again, he's been in these rooms. He knows how these negotiations work in the Middle East. We thank him for his time as always.